Okay, this is my client, correct?
Correct.
And, again, this is him while he's trying to be an aspiring artist, correct? This time period?
I guess.
Okay. And first of all, let me just clarify one thing. In the background, we see a gas station. That is the gas station on Cleveland Avenue, correct?
I believe that's 221 Cleveland.
Okay. That's not McDaniel Street.
No.
Okay. Now, Mr. Stillwell, in this post, also makes reference to Donovan Thomas, doesn't he?
He does.
Okay. He makes reference in the hashtag Peanut Stone Grave.
Correct.
Okay. Publicly, he is tethering himself to that incident.
Correct.
Okay. And in the message he writes, in the caption, it says, "I fell off 100 times, 100 times I bounced back." Okay.
Correct.
Let's talk about some things that happened prior to this post about falling down 100 times. Mr. Stillwell, prior to this post, had someone drive by the green store and shoot at his head, did he not?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Stillwell, prior to this post, was driving in a car with a young lady named Tiara Jones and another lady named Ms. Duncan, and a car sped up behind that car and started shooting at them, correct?
Correct.
And killed Tiara Jones and put Mr. Stillwell in the hospital.
Correct.
Mr. Stillwell, after he spoke to the investigators about the Tiara Jones case, was attacked on social media for talking to the police.
Correct.
All those things happened before he made this post about falling off 100 times and bouncing back.
A lot of things happen, yes.
Okay. Does this post ever say, "I killed Donovan Thomas"?
No, but he's attaching himself to the incident.
You're absolutely right. He's attaching himself to the fact that the police arrested him and people have been attacking him ever since. Isn't that true? I've been knocked down, I fell off 100 times, and 100 times I bounced back.
Objection, speculation. Sustained.
Okay, I'd like to talk to you about some of the work you did in collecting the posts from social media. And again, I don't mean to harp on this. Maybe I'm not asking correctly. I understand that you have given how many total social media posts did you pull within a folder?
I don't know. They were all compiled into a folder of relevant posts.
Okay, you say relevant posts.
Correct.
So who determined if they were relevant?
If they had anything to do with the hyper-violent back and forth, I felt that they were relevant to the investigation.
Okay, again, I'm going to ask, who determined if they were relevant? Who?
It's just that if I felt like they were
So
anything,
you
I would,
determined.
from as being the person that's listening and monitoring the wiretap and knowing the ins and outs of what's going on, I was able to determine what was relevant.
You determined what was relevant.
Correct.
Okay. And I understand that we have a thing of posts. What I want to know, when you're on Instagram, do you have notifications set for when people post? Are you scrolling Instagram? Are you looking at certain people's pages and not other people's pages? How are you doing it?
We were monitoring both sides of the conflict, and it's not just me. There are several people that would monitor. We'd all look together collectively.
Talking about the social media posts.
Correct. We were monitoring both sides. part of my job is to mitigate violence. So as a conflict is occurring, we're monitoring both sides of the conflict. So when we see, it's a constant job of monitoring to where if I see YFN down on Cleveland Avenue, which a bunch of assault rifles, probably not great. So we need to monitor constantly to say, okay, we need to get marked units down to Cleveland to mitigate that. So we're constantly, I have a unit that I work with. Everybody was involved in the wiretap, the investigation. So everybody was tuned into what was going on.
Who's in that unit?
I mean, the gang unit, there's a bunch of people. I couldn't tell you give you a roster at that time. It's changed, but.
Okay, well, if we had reports, could we know who was on that unit?
They wouldn't. I don't know anybody in our gang unit that would give you a report of every social media post they screenshot.
Okay, well, I didn't ask if anyone in the gang unit would. I asked if you did. Did you write a report about exactly which users you were following to pick up specific posts?
Mr. Schardt, you've asked me that before, and I've told you I've compiled every user you see in the folder is who I was monitoring.
Okay, and what about other people? Is there no one else that you were monitoring that's not in the folder?
That folder pretty much covers a whole lot of people.
Okay, and we just take it from you. No reports.
Whether you have all the posts, that I captured. They're in a folder, gathered, collectively organized in a folder for you. So I don't know what, do you want a list of screen names that were captured?
Just want documentation of the work you did.
It's documented in a folder that was served in discovery.
Some of those posts that you deemed relevant are actually lyrics to songs, correct?
I'd have to see what you're referring to.
Could you, Ms. Knight, could you display 471 VV? Okay. This is Mr. Nichols, Quantavious Nichols, right?
Correct.
Okay, and 471 VV is exactly how the state has put this into evidence.
Correct.
All right, and we're going to get back to exactly what this is in a little bit.
Correct.
But those words, what you saying, I run with cold-blooded killers, okay? When are you saying that you collected this?
Probably 2 days or a day or two after the murder of Mr. Drinks.
Okay, and those words, those were written by Mr. Nichols?
No, it's a song by NBA Youngboy that he used he chose those words to put on the post 2 days after Mr. Drinks was killed.
He chose those words?
So what this is it's an Instagram story, and you can select a song and which portion of that song. You can select anywhere from 10 seconds to 30 seconds, and you select that, and you can overlay it onto your story. That's what was done here.
Those words?
Mr. Nichols made the social media post, and in the post, he picked this song to accompany his post.
All right, you know what? We're not going to get back to this. Let's deal with this right now. Mr. Koch?
We're going to hear the audio?
We can?
Yeah, so that is a screen. Oh, can I explain?
Okay, Mr. Kokomo, I think the witnesses had sufficient time to view it, so thank you, Mr. Kokomo. Do you recognize what's been marked as 60 VV?
Yes, it's a video of his story in its entirety.
Okay, and is that the way you saw it on social media?
It was both a video that was submitted in discovery and a photo that was submitted. The relevant portion of that would have been relevant to our investigation was that you're posting a video the day after somebody's murdered in your presence.
We haven't even gotten there yet. Do you recognize
Yes.
that video? Okay. Your Honor, I would move to admit DS60 into evidence.
Admit it.
Permission to publish.
You may. Your Honor, may we report before it's published? Yes. All right, we're gonna, given the time, and we need to sort out something anyway, we're gonna break with y'all for the day. And so we'll see y'all again tomorrow at we have a late start, 10:30 with y'all. Is that right? Whatever I told y'all before is what I mean. I can't remember what it was, but whatever I told you. Everybody just be here then. 10:30. 10:30? Hang on, y'all. Let's see. Today it's 10. It's what we have. What's what I have on my calendar. So 10. See y'all at 10. Good try, though.